Shalom, this is Ephraim Buchwald, and we're beginning a new year, 2013, and the question is, where are we going, and how are we doing? By the way, they're repairing things upstairs, so there's a lot of background noise, but I hope you'll stay with me. One of the things that really touched me was an op-ed in the New York Times today by a Professor Cole of Georgetown University, a professor of criminal law, where he says that the black youth are really paying the price for our inability to restrict gun use. Now, I remember reading statistics. I am a statistic freak on crime. In fact, there was one point when my wife wanted to throw me out because I had all these clippings from the newspapers, and I would save the newspapers in order to file them properly. One of the statistics that sticks in my mind is that, unfortunately, in the large cities, there are large numbers of gun deaths, especially among young people. And this statistic was that Los Angeles, which in that year led the number of deaths, murders in the United States, over the last 20 years, 10,000 young people have been killed. Now, I don't think that they were all killed by guns, but the vast majority was certainly killed by guns. And the people who are really paying the price for the looseness in certifying the use of guns in the United States are young black people. And that seems really unfair, because 10,000 young black people were killed just in Los Angeles alone, and there was no uproar in the country. How could that possibly be? And when 20 white kids were killed in Newtown, Connecticut, all of a sudden we wake up. That is not right, and that is not fair. It shouldn't be a question of the color of one's skin. It should be the question of the person's personal worth. It should be the question of the value of human life. And we have to recognize that. Now, obviously, the issues go much further than just regulating gun use. We have to be able to educate the young people who live in the inner cities. We have to be able to feed them, to get them out of the circle of poverty. But we really need to understand that all human beings are created in God's image. And we should not, God forbid, make a distinction between a white youth or a Hispanic youth or a black youth. All are God's children. And if we make a resolution this year, I pray that we resolve to address the issue of inequality, to address the issue of the wanted killing of young people in this country, and to try to create a better environment for all. May this be a blessed year for everyone.